Hi guys, welcome back to This African Perspective. So I saw a lot of videos on TikTok about many people who keep talking about how they canceled their health insurance, and a lot of people reporting that many people in the US can't afford the health insurance, so they just cancel it because it is absolutely very expensive. And even though they have insurance, some of them when they try to go and get any health care, at the end of the day they just get a lot of charges that they still have to pay. So at the end of the day, like, what purpose is it to them? So that is the reason why they're canceling it, and some people are ranting about this and also sharing information. So let's just check out these videos and see what they have to say. But before we get right into this video, make sure you click the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and hit the notification bell to get notified every time I post a new video. I really appreciate you guys for liking the video because it really helps with the algorithm. Let's get right into it.
I can't believe this is happening. People all over the US are canceling their health insurance because it's no longer affordable, even through their jobs. Just the other week, TikTok videos have begun going viral of people saying, hey, in order for me to live now, with inflation, with the lack of raising of wages, they've had to cancel insurances. The most important one being health insurance. Now, I'm old school, so I'm thinking, wait, doesn't your employer cover your health insurance? You know, they take away from your paycheck and then they match the other half. Well, it turns out it's gotten so expensive, the cost of living, that in order for them to afford other insurance that are more important, in this case, some girls were saying car insurance, and some of my other fellas here on TikTok were saying, hey, we needed to just be able to buy food. So the $60 to $100 that they take away from the paycheck actually makes a difference. So they just canceled their insurances of health flat out. Blew my mind, because you would think that for years you just collect the paycheck, they take out the health insurance, and then you're good to go. It's such a normal thing. You've never seen that money, but it's so expensive that you've now gotten millions of people to take a look at what they're taking out of your paycheck and start canceling health insurance, dental insurance, eye doctor's insurance, anything that isn't actively keeping you alive or needed to keep you alive. They're just like, I'd rather just save the $60 to $100. What the hell is going on?
People are making the call to not have health insurance because health insurance is so costly and they're not receiving the benefit of having health insurance, and they rather save that money for their expenses for their household. Been without insurance in the US probably since 2010. And it started with, I was paying, I believe, around $200 to $400 a month for health insurance for me as a single woman. And the deductible was still around $1,500. This was before I was an attorney and I was working for a really prestigious law firm who had horrible insurance. And so as a single woman, I would still have to pay all this money just to see the doctor. And I remember making the call. Listen, I'll take my chances. I'm young. I don't have pre-existing health conditions. I don't have a health condition that requires me to see a specialist every single month. So I decided to opt out of the health insurance and save that money instead. Just because I went without health insurance does not mean that I went without health care. I still paid out of pocket if I had to see my primary physician or if I had to see my GYN. I had no problem paying the $250 to see either one of those doctors. And so that was way more cost efficient than spending thousands of dollars a year and still having to pay another $1,000, $1,500 to meet the deductible. So I made that call. And now I see on TikTok, more and more people are making that call. I saw one person who mentioned that he canceled his insurance for a family of 3, and so far he saved $11,000 a year. And that's just one person. Other people are clamoring in saying they're saving thousands of dollars a year, and they're making the call to live without health insurance in the United States. Again, another aspect of health insurance is that I also opted to be a medical tourist. So when I traveled, I saw a doctor, because seeing a doctor in another country is infinitely easier than seeing a doctor in the United States and infinitely less expensive. So for instance, I went to Colombia last year, saw a dentist, saw a doctor, did full panel blood work. My blood work cost around $80. My dental work to clean, $44. So now every 6 months I travel to Colombia to have my dental work done for $44. So $88 in total. X-rays of my teeth, that was around $11. And so I even had some cosmetic teeth work done. I didn't have veneers, but I had what's called a gum lift. I think that cost $250 or $300. Infinitely less expensive than what the United States will offer. And so I invite you to think about being a medical tourist. You don't have to go without healthcare if you don't have health insurance, although the United States would like you to think that you're just going to molecularly combust if you don't have insurance. But there's always alternatives. Becoming a medical tourist, traveling to Mexico, traveling to Colombia, traveling to Cuba, traveling to countries that have a reputation of having comprehensive and robust and advanced healthcare. Some people think there's tax implications if you don't have insurance. The federal government does not impose a tax penalty if an individual does not have health insurance. There are a few states that impose a tax penalty if an individual does not have insurance. Those states are New Jersey, DC, Massachusetts.
If you guys notice how we are living daily now, it's like literally a struggle, especially with all these bills that just keep piling up on people every single month. So if you think about it, there's a reason why people have to be like, we're living a life where it's a survival of the fittest, where you have to be reducing a lot of things that you used to do. You have to be making sure that you calculate every money that is leaving your account by the end of the month, because it is very important. So imagine your employer already removing about $300 to $400 for some people out of your paycheck, and that money really makes a difference. And if you can keep it for yourself, it will kind of go far for you when it comes to your other important bills. Now you have to be thinking, like, what is the most important thing for me right now? Because if you think about it, this health insurance is literally, let's be real, it's literally a scam, because you're paying for something, a situation that's like, oh, I'm paying this just in case I get sick. And then most likely, sometimes some people do not even get sick at all. Some people are very healthy, but most times you really never know, right? But then when you need it, do they really help you cover a lot? Do they help you cover as much as possible that you don't have to even, like, for people that don't even get sick much, I feel like, why do they have to still pay out of pocket? Like, why do they have to pay any difference at all?
Did you guys hear that the latest trend happening at work, at people's work now, is people canceling their health insurance voluntarily through their employer because they could no longer afford it? Like, they actually need the $100 or $150 or $200 a week or whatever it costs to feed their family. Yep, in the richest country, supposedly, in the entire planet, supposedly, people are no longer able to afford health insurance through their employer. Like, what the actual fuck, America? Like, what is happening? What are you doing, politicians of America? Like, this is a serious question. Like, people are willing to cancel their health insurance most of the time, a lot of the time. People were actually going to work and staying in a shitty job because of health insurance. And now people are having to cancel that health insurance to pay for food for their family when they have a full-time job. America, what the hell? I bet there's going to be a lot of changes happening in the workforce here quickly. Just saying.
$1,000 just for insurance, health insurance, and that's not including dental or vision. I would not bat an eye at the $1,000 if it actually went towards something other than just coverage. So if it made it to where I didn't have to pay any type of copays, I didn't have to pay for medication, or if it went towards the deductible, I wouldn't complain. But it doesn't go towards any of that. I still have to pay into other things, the $12,000 a year is just for coverage. And don't even get me started on the deductible, because I have to pay into that just for them to cover a major situation like a hospital stay. And then the following year, it goes back to zero and I have to remake that. Why can't I just pay that one time and then I'm free and clear until my insurance goes away? I don't understand.
Insurance has gone absolutely fucking just terribly expensive. I have a day job. That's where I get my insurance. And I also have two other careers, a DJ, and I run a software business. And I get my insurance through my main employer. Now, we actually used to have the same exact insurance through my wife. Unfortunately, she had to quit her job, and we carried the same insurance under my employer. Now, when she was carrying it, I think it was like $275, $300 a month. I can't quite remember the number. It was reasonable, it was manageable. We have a family of four, and that's what we paid. I just got, of course, the renewal a couple months ago, and let me show you the cost of this. Yep. $25.79.56. This is what I pay per month for my family's coverage. Now, Of course, it's pre-tax and everything, but it is just, it's crushing. And while I haven't had to cancel it yet, I've known plenty of other people in other, jobs and whatnot that have made that move to cancel because it's just unaffordable. Something has to be done. Of course, nothing will, but something absolutely has to be done.
Hey guys, this one's not going to be very long, but to stitch what he said, yeah, we are canceling our insurance, our health insurance. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I can't get health insurance, and childcare is too, unaffordable for us to live. And my partner right now, and him and her are the only ones with health care, and I have been off of health care for about a year now, and I have seizures, and yeah, we can't afford to get me health care. Even through Marketplace, we can't afford it. I mean, yeah, if I want to go to the doctor, I'm pretty much screwed. And yeah, so just wanted to say that. Oh, and by the way, my boyfriend makes $70,000 a year, and we still can't afford health insurance for all three of us. Let that sink in.
When that medical bill hits your mailbox, you're seeing a huge amount of money being kept there, and you're like, wait, why am I still paying this much? And then, like, the whole time, maybe all the time that I haven't been sick, these people just kept taking the money. They kept taking it and taking it and taking it. And then still we hear a lot of people saying, oh yeah, like, you still get punished when you're trying to file taxes for not paying insurance. But now many people are even they are refusing to even file taxes this year. So at the end of the day, I'm telling you, now we're living in a time where you just have to think of what is your priority when it comes to bills, the amount of what you're buying, what you're purchasing. You have to think and be like, hey, we have to choose survival first, okay? What is important? But anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching this video to the end. I really appreciate you guys. Let me know what you guys think about this video, and also click the like button. It really helps with the algorithm. I appreciate it so much. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.